Hey, what's up guys, it's 𝐋𝐢𝐤𝐞 here, and welcome to episode 9 of Scaling to Glory. In today's episode, we're going to be playing some weekend league games. But first of all though, I'm going to be showing you guys some players that we've sold. And you can see from the amount of players that we have sold and also the price that we gathered a lot of coins. You can see in the top left though, that that's not the case at the moment, but that's because I decided to make a new team. Now, the reason why I decided to sell these players was because I thought most of them would drop significantly after the first weekend league. And yeah, what I decided to do with the coins as well, that we got eventually, was actually invest in a lot of like 85 plus, also a few 84s, but mostly 85 plus players. Because I can see them going up eventually, and yeah, I figured I would just invest in some of them as they are currently at a really low price. Also a couple more in the club as well, not just on the transfer list. But yeah, you can see the brand new squad. There are some familiar faces as well, also some brand new ones. Starting off in goal, actually, we have Bonu, the goalkeeper, which we packed, of course. Then we have 𝐻𝐤𝐞 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽, which you just noticed I had sold, but I decided to buy back again. And I actually picked him up for more than I actually sold him. So that's trading with 𝐻𝐤𝐤 right there. Then we have Diego Carlos, picked him up with a shadow for 1.9. Juan Cuadrado, 5-star skill right back, picked him up for just under 16k. Was really looking forward to try him out, as he looks like a great defender this year too, not just attacking wise. 𝐶𝐤𝐤𝐿 Dest, picked him up as an investment, and funny enough, fits the team perfectly. João Felix, been an absolute beast for me so far. Thomas Delaney, we packed as well a few episodes ago. Looks great as well. We got Rodrigo Javier De Paul from Atletico Madrid, who also picked up a once to watch. Reason why I picked him up as well is because I wanted to try out Dybala, which I've been telling you guys as well for the past few episodes. And those two link nicely as well. Then we have the once to watch version of Antoine Griezmann, who yeah, I picked up for 108k, which was pretty cheap. And also Memphis Depay's once to watch, which I also picked up for fairly cheap, considering he actually picked himself up in form, as you guys do know. And I think at some point he went for 215k. And yeah, I wasn't too sure if I should sell him or not, but I decided actually not to sell him, just keep him and just play with him, basically. That's what I will do for the upcoming weeks. But that's the team. Some familiar faces, like I said. I was really looking forward to see, you know, how Dybala played as well. And yeah, the difference of the gold version of both Memphis and Griezmann shouldn't really affect the ones to watch. I shouldn't really notice a difference. So we went into the first game. And actually, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but when we jumped into FUT Champions, it showed that we had less than 12 hours left. That's because I started playing on Sunday night. And yeah, the thing with FUT Champions this year is that you sometimes come up against people who score own goals, just so they can get rewards quicker. And yeah, that happened to be in the very first game for me. So yeah, I was really lucky to yeah, to basically start off that way with a win immediately. Then into the very next game, which was an actual proper game. We got a bit unlucky there with some of the chances we had, but then it was Paulo Dybala who on his proper debut scored himself his first goal. Then 22nd minute, after a nice like kind of boost we did with João Felix, we made it 2-0 as well. And we started off great in this game. Then some more skill moves, I think, from Dybala, passed it off to Depay, who then passed it off to Griezmann, got blocked. Eventually, we picked the ball up here with João Felix. We then go for a reverse elastico to a weak foot shot, which I've been telling you guys about for, I think, especially in the first few episodes. Like, I noticed something with shooting that, for whatever reason, sometimes players force themselves to shoot with their weaker foot, which is really stupid. I don't know why players do that. I've had situations with Memphis as well, also with Griezmann. Of course, sometimes situations where I actually scored, but the one you just saw with Felix was just so weird, and you could have easily just done a regular finesse with a stronger foot. But anyway, we were 3-0 up. In the second half, we made it 4-0 as well after a counter-attack from a corner. And yeah, good goal from Dybala there. And then we made it 5-0, but like shortly after that, or shortly before that actually, my opponent had dropped his controller, which I can't really understand why people would do this in FUT Champs, because if you back out, you still get 1 point. So he's literally just wasting his own time. And also mine, but, you know, I didn't really mind it that much. We still ended up winning the game 5-0. So at the moment, we're on 8 points. And my kind of aim in terms of ranking for FUT Champions was just to do as best as we can. I did explain in the previous episode how the whole structure worked of both the playoffs and also from FUT Champions. So if you want to see a more detailed kind of explanation, then I would recommend checking out that video. But it's very straightforward, really. Every time you win a game, you get 4 points. If you lose, you get 1 point. And yeah, we have 20 games left, or 20 games in general in FUT Champions. So if you essentially back out and, of course, score an own goal, because that's what I recommend you guys doing as well, to also give your opponent a little bit of help. Yeah, you can just reach, I think, rank 5 it is or something, by simply just scoring own goals in Weekend League. So if you decide to do it that way, then fair enough. If you don't really bother by playing Weekend League, if it's too stressful and you just want to get the rewards, then that's also a possibility. But yeah, because of that reason, really, because of that reason of, you being able to get points fairly easy, and also by getting points if you actually leave, you would see me sometimes backing out as well, especially in situations where I know the game is over. And yeah, my opponent does the exact same. Like, some stages where you are playing better and your opponent doesn't really stand a chance, he obviously feels the same. And, when he knows, yeah, like, there's nothing really for him to play for anymore, he just ends up leaving. And at first, when I came up against this squad, obviously, like, an insane pay-to-win team with 3 icons, also heroes, Abedi, Pelé, just a crazy team. I thought, like, should I just leave immediately? We did go 1-0 up, though, but this guy was, like, I'm not too sure if he was a pro. I don't think so, because I looked up his name, but he just abused everything that was kind of broken. Like, R1, low crosses, he just spammed constantly. Then he scored a really weird goal with Messi on his weak foot, where my goalkeeper looked terrible too. Then again, he continued on doing the low crosses and also tackling me from behind. That's, of course, a straight red, but in FIFA, referees are just retarded, as you do know, for many years. So that's a yellow, apparently. But it was 1-1. We created some chances here and there. But then in the 66th minute, after some stupid bounces, which you can see right there with the block from Delaney, I wasn't able to, like, block the ball properly. He got himself another goal with Lionel Messi. And then I think almost from kickoff immediately, he had the ball there with Messi again. Sends away Kylian Mbappe. I brought my keeper out, but the perfect time chip made it 3-1. And yeah, that was basically enough for me to leave the game, because I didn't really see a point in playing anymore, as I knew I was going to lose the game. So no matter what, I would get the point. So I decided to just basically carry on, really. And into the next game we went. We conceded a crazy goal. He just booted it forward with Marcos Llorente, kept it in with Vinicius, crossed it in. And I think it was Benzema who made it 1-0. Second half, it was Pedro there who made it 2-0. And again, this guy was a good player as well. I think, like, the reason why I ended up coming up against especially, like, the good players was because I had a positive record at the time in FUT Champs. And that's what your opponents are based on, of course. So I definitely noticed, like, the increase of opponents, really. But yeah, we started off as well against the guy with Cristiano Ronaldo, where he scored himself a goal. A couple minutes later, though, we got a goal with the other Portuguese, our Portuguese, 𝐻𝐤 Felix, who makes it 1-1. Then we got a chance here with Griezmann as well, which I still cannot believe how the goalkeeper saved that one. Went under his arm and then, yeah, hit the crossbar. And I had multiple chances as well in that game. So I decided to use the loans, which I had sitting on the bench. Both Mbappe and Pelé were the ones I decided to bring on, as well as Di Maria, because I, of course, wanted to finish off these games as fast as possible, really. I was playing these games at like 10 p.m. on a Sunday evening, and yeah, I was at first like not even sure if I wanted to play Weekend League, because I had a busy weekend. But yeah, I'm glad that I actually played, because I ended up actually winning a couple of games, which would give us some decent rewards, which you will see in a few minutes. But yeah, we would see us getting up to 2-1 with Di Maria. Then we once again concede a pretty shitty goal. This is just your typical kind of Weekend League goal. A lot of bounces, a lot of, things that, EA probably love to screw you over with. But yeah, it happens. There are situations where I also score shitty goals. So, you have to take those and just learn to accept it, really. Luckily enough, though, we do make it 3-2 there with Kylian Mbappé. But then in the 83rd minute, again, I was kind of... I don't know if it was just my fault, but I was fairly sure that I passed the ball there with Delaney. But yeah, took too long. Ended up conceding the 3-3 just before the game was about to end. So extra time it was. But we had two fresh players up front in Pele and Mbappé, meaning we still had some big opportunities to make it 4-3, which we did. And then this chance, this is like my issue with goalkeepers this year. Like, those chances should always be goals. Now, you can blame me for playing it out terribly, but the fact that his goalkeeper saved that by simply just moving to one side is just ridiculous. And yeah, it makes them just a little bit too overpowered in my eyes. But anyway, it was still 4-3, and from an attack, we eventually made it 5-3, which we actually played out really nicely. And it was Kylian Mbappé who got himself on the score sheet as well, and we ended up winning that game. And you can see at that point we had 23 points, and my aim was to sort of finish at rank 3, which would mean we needed to get double the amount, basically 44. And yeah, I was only like, I think, an hour underway at this point or something, or maybe a little bit longer. And yeah, it was going well. I was playing decent at sometimes, and also, of course, there were situations where I didn't really play that well. This was an example. I picked up a red card with Delaney, ended up leaving because I felt I wasn't gonna win that game eventually with one man down. And I think at that point as well, I had like a bunch of games left anyway, so I didn't mind backing out the odd game. The next match we went, we scored a pretty shitty goal. His goalkeeper definitely should have saved that one, but it was Griezmann there with a lucky tap-in who made it 1-0 for us. And yeah, you can see from some of the turns this guy made. He was also a really good player. Scored a nice goal there with, I think, 𝐋𝐤𝐤𝐞. And then the 89th minute, after we blocked a shot really nicely with Koundé, we sent once again Kylian Mbappé, their super sub, to the goal. And then he completely misses a sitter. It's not even saved by the keeper or hit the post. Just goes wide. Then into extra time, we once again go the double 1-2 here with Mbappé and Griezmann. The two French players would see us making it 2-1. And then a nice pass there from João Felix to Griezmann, who then goes for a very nice shot at the far post, making it 3-1. Where we would end up actually winning this game. And you can see our opponent decide to leave, meaning we get another 4 points. So we're closing in on rank 4, that is. You can see that we are actually kind of close as well in getting to rank 3. And these were the rewards that I was kind of looking to get. Even if I had like, I don't know, even if I like won every single game that I would play, I probably would still quit at rank 3 because I felt rank 3 was decent, and I didn't really felt like playing more and more, so I thought it was good. So I think at the time I needed at least like 3 more wins or something, or 2 more wins. No, 2 more wins actually, because the remaining games I could basically just back out and still get points. So yeah, I was kind of in a mood of trying to rush everything, and yeah, it didn't really help me that much in regards to playing. But luckily enough, again, we had the super sub Kylian Mbappé. Very nice fake shot where we sort of bridged our opponent, and we won another game where you can see we're currently on 32. And I think at this point we needed just another win, really. And also, actually we needed 2 more wins because I ended up leaving this game. Or actually 1 more win. No, I'm rambling now. We needed 1 more win because I left that game, meaning we would get to 33 points. Then if we would win this game, we would see ourselves to 37 points, I'm pretty sure. Which we will eventually get, by the way, because this game was, I wouldn't say a walkover, but it was an easy one. We scored some great goals. First of all there with João Felix. Then after some unlucky bounces for him, we got the ball with Depay, who smashed it home there as well into the back of the net. 2-0. Then we had the ball once more with Depay, where we do send away Antoine Griezmann. Finish it off at the near post, where we do make it 3-0. And then probably the best goal I've scored this weekend league. Just look at this. He has the ball with his keeper. I went with the slide tackle, and I still got the ball. I apologized immediately. This guy, of course, as well, immediately left, which I can understand. But, I mean, how the hell is that not even a free kick? Or how the hell does the goalkeeper not just, stay with the ball? I couldn't believe what I was seeing. But yeah, that would actually end up being my final game for Weekend League. You can see, though, that we're not quite at rank 3, but we had 7 games left, meaning if we would lose 7 more games, we would get 7 points, meaning we would get 44 points. It's a bit of a complicated system if you haven't played Weekend League yourself, but it's it's doable. It's not really as stressful as it was in the previous year, so I'm kind of liking it. It's definitely not as exciting, if that's what you're looking for in comparison to the previous years. But these were the rewards. We got 2 player picks, a 100k pack, premium or a team of the week pack with 3 players, and I think some coins as well. And in our first player pick, nothing amazing. We got 𝐚𝐲𝐫𝐞, which I looked at. If he had 4-star skills, I probably would have gone with him, but I decided to go with Locatelli purely for rating. Even though rating doesn't really, matter much at the moment because an 84 rated player goes for nothing really. I probably should have gone with 𝐚𝐽𝐽, which we had another chance of going with, but you can see we also got 𝐷alisca, which if I went with him, I would have gotten duplicate. So I looked at Danjuma as well, which in my eyes deserves 5-star skills, by the way. So hopefully he will get it at some point. Absolutely amazing player for Villarreal. But I decided to go with the Dutchman. If I ever want to try him out, I can do so because he, of course, also links with the players we have in our club from the La Liga, as well as Memphis Depay. Then we completed a milestone where we scored 10 goals in like 10 games for Weekend League for FUT Champions. And that would see us getting a 82 rated plus player. And of course, we're just getting an 82 rated plus. And of course, it's a duplicate untradeable as per usual. So yeah, that wasn't really anything worth exciting about. But this was pretty exciting. We got freaking wants to watch 𝐶𝐤𝐿 𝐶𝐸𝐿, who actually got released like I would say 3 hours before I started playing. So he was still at a really high price. And I wasn't too sure what to do, because I actually had a team in mind as well of maybe including Sancho. We also got Koundé as well, which was, nice, because he actually does sell for something. But I had a team in mind with 𝐶𝐤𝐿 𝐶𝐸𝐿 as well, even though he's not the quickest. I was thinking, like, should I keep him? But then again, he doesn't really play much for United. United aren't really in the best form either, so I actually decided to eventually list him and just take the coins, really, because if I ever want to use Sancho, I probably would go with his regular, I think. But anyway, we had the premium Team of the Week pack left, and I opened it, which was something I probably shouldn't have done, because we didn't really get anything amazing, which is always easy to say afterwards. Even though this 𝐶𝐤𝐿 guy looks kind of decent, and I think is pretty good in Game 2, from what I've heard. Yeah, these packs aren't locked to the specific Team of the Week that is out at the moment when you're playing Weekend League. So let's say if you save a Team of the Week pack, you can open it like over 5 weeks or something, in 5 weeks, and then you would get a player from that specific Team of the Week, which is pretty good. So it's a kind of a tip for you guys as well in advance. So if you ever like play Weekend League with a trash Team of the Week, just keep the Team of the Week pack and open it once a better Team of the Week is out, really. So after that, I once again decided to sell more players, the ones we basically purchased for Weekend League, likes of Dybala, wants to watch DePaul, also Koundé, Diego Carlos, Cuadrado. And what I also decided to do is actually quick sell some informs that actually would go for nothing. And the reason for that is because I actually already had like a fair few untradeable informs, which I potentially could use for SBCs. And these basically went for discard value. So I just decided to quick sell them just to take the coins to pretty much improve the squad where we need to improve it, really. And yeah, we also had Trapp and this guy again, which I could see going up. 𝐶𝐤𝐿 probably could go up eventually once he's out of packs. And also Trapp could be useful for potential like SBCs in the future. But you can see we sold Koundé twice, the one we also packed. And also the likes of Sancho, DePaul, Dybala, Cuadrado, Diego Carlos. Meaning, in the next episode, we are once again going to be making a brand new squad. And yeah, if you guys have any tips as well for new players that you want to see in the squad, or players that you think are good enough that I should probably try out, and let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, that's the end. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you, of course, did, drop a like, subscribe as well if you haven't already, and hit the notifications for more videos. And let me know, of course, in the comments down below how your weekend league went, which rank you got, and also what your rewards were. Anyway, that's the end. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.